Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 5 of the Consular storyline. We have now reached the location of the third and final Noetikon, or so we hope. Mr. Lars Bedig. Let's meet
You've
him
got
face
guts,
to face.
Jedi, walking into my base, stealing 2 of my Noetikons.
What are you planning to do with the Noetikons? Sell them?
They're bargaining chips. My bargaining chips. You've messed everything up. They said I could rule the SWTOR territory if I got them the Noetikons. Just one left, and it's theirs.
Who are you talking about?
Doesn't matter. This is my only chance.
It's fool's way to rely on others for strength.
I already lost 2 Noetikons. I'm a dead man anyway. Here, take it. This whole thing was a mistake from the start.
Well, that was easy. Almost too easy. Keep an eye on him, cousin. No funny moves. Oh, I kind of remember this now. I think it was a trap.
Thank goodness, a visitor. It gets so lonely in here sometimes. I would offer you a drink, but I ran out millennia ago, by my record. But we could play a game instead.
What is this place?
Now that is a good question, but a difficult one. I'm guessing you activated what looked like some sort of ancient device. A holocron maybe? And something went wrong. You zigged where you should have zagged, and you ended up here.
I still hear like spaceport sounds in the background though. Oddly enough.
I don't care how I ended up here. I only want to know how to get out.
Well, I suppose I could let you go, but you'd have to play a game with me first. A game of questions. Answer right, you're free. Answer wrong, and your strength becomes a permanent part of this place.
This is similar to the Rakata mine trap in KOTOR. Wonder if it's based on the same technology.
I don't like the sound of that, but I guess I have no choice.
Now you're beginning to understand. Okay, the first question. How do you catch an answer?
Yeah, what happens if you get this wrong? Do you like die and have to do it again? I remember that it was a trap. I don't actually remember this part of it. How do you catch an answer? Yeah, I'm not sure I really get this riddle. And I think this character would probably just refuse to cooperate.
I'm not going to play your game.
No, I'm sorry. That's not right.
Maybe you get to fight her instead?
Don't worry too much, though. There are still 2 more questions. Next question. What does the wise person know?
I think this is actually the correct answer this time.
The wise person does not know, but seeks knowledge always.
Ah! You got it right this time. How boring. Last question. Soon this place will be overrun with enemies. What will you do?
I guess we'll go with the first one.
None of this is real. These enemies will not harm me.
You are a fool. While you sit and meditate, your enemies trample you underfoot. You perish.
Now we get to fight them, I guess. Or maybe not. Well, that was kind of cool. Seems like it took a lot out of me, though. Yay, we're free. And it hasn't been 1,000 years. Alright, Lars. You'd think you would have left while I was in there. That would have been the smart thing to do.
Like I promised, sir. The Jedi won't be a problem anymore. Now your master won't mind about those other Noetikons, right?
He might not. Only it seems your plan was a failure.
What the? But look! She's weaker. It did work.
Pain is nothing. We still stand.
I would have preferred if our little trap had killed you. Not that it mattered. The Noetikons are nothing on their own anyway. They wouldn't have stopped me or my master.
So at last we see the face of our enemies.
Who's your master, Sith?
My master is the downfall of the Jedi Order. Baddock, what are you waiting for? Earn my master's forgiveness. Kill this wretch.
I guess he did think I would be in there for quite some time. There's a debuff I see from being weakened. Alright. We should get our third rock soon. There it is. Some nice damage there. Down you go, Mr. Bad Egg. Alright, let's find the real Noetikon now.
Be careful where you walk, Jedi. The path of the dark side intersects with that of the light at many crossroads. This is the Noetikon of secrets. We are the masters who have seen the darkness and turned back to the light.
Well, that makes sense. And I think I recognize that one on the right, even though she looks different in this game.
I'm surprised the Order would preserve such dangerous secrets.
Do not be. Having succumbed to the lure of the dark side, we have greater respect for its pull. We would not claim to be immune, but we have come out stronger for our trials.
But also we are only imprints, programs with traces of personality. Neither dark nor light have any sway over us now.
And I'm sure by her voice you recognize the one on the right as well as Bastila Shan from KOTOR, the distant ancestor of Satele Shan.
The other Noetikon said you might know something about my master's illness.
If the Noetikon of Science and the Noetikon of Light had no answers, what makes you think we can help? We are neither doctors nor healers.
Patience, Bastila. What she means, Jedi, is that for you to consult us, this illness must be remarkable indeed.
Yes, I'm sorry. Tell us what you know about this illness, and we will see what we can find.
I don't recognize the other two masters.
My master has gone completely insane.
Of course. Start from the beginning and describe everything you've seen.
Might take a while.
You are right to consult us. It was only those things eliminated by the other Noetikons that put us on track.
It's an illness the Jedi have seen before. One created by an ancient Sith named Tarek Morhage. He used it to turn Jedi to the dark side by the hundreds and leech their strength from them. In this way, he waged war on the Jedi.
How was he defeated?
A Jedi healer whose sacrifice, unlike his name, has not been forgotten, developed a shielding technique to release Morhage's hold on his victims.
One by one, the healer cut Morage off from his army, the source of his strength.
Each time he used the technique, however, it cost him some of his own strength.
By the time the battle was won, the healer was weakened beyond the point of recovery. He sacrificed his life to save the Jedi Order.
Is there any other way to reverse the effects of the illness?
The shielding technique is the only known way. The ritual is recorded in an ancient terminal in the Jedi Temple. Learning it will require the combined knowledge of all the Noetikons. If you are thinking of learning the technique, Jedi, I would caution you. Powers such as these weigh heavily on those who wield them.
But it seems your master doesn't have time for caution. For your master to survive, you must go to the Jedi Temple and learn the ritual as soon as possible.
It is kind of weird that this guy sacrificed his life to save Jedi Order, and they didn't even remember his name.
What if I refuse to accept this burden?
Then whoever is tormenting your master with this illness will drain the last of her strength, and she will die. Take all 3 Noetikons to the terminal in the temple and activate them. We will teach you what you must know. Later, others may learn the technique as well. But for now, time is of the essence.
Alright. Let's get to it then. Guess we should let, what's his name know? Finn.
I need to talk to you. I have bad news. Yuan's illness has begun to affect her body. She's losing strength, fading fast.
Uh-oh.
Are you any closer to finding the last Noetikon?
I'm on my way to the Jedi Temple now to find a cure.
The temple? So the Noetikons were able to point you to something useful. Wonderful. Just be warned. The ruins of the temple are crawling with danger. And getting there means passing through the works. They're not safe either. Be careful, but hurry. I don't know how long Yuan will last.
You would think getting to the Jedi Temple would be fairly easy. It is a prominent feature of Coruscant. I think you should just be able to hop in a taxi and tell it to take you to the front gate. Alright, well, we only have one choice here in our select one reward. Let's go with that. Level 17, sweet. And we have no new abilities though, unfortunately. I thought I remembered there being more abilities as you leveled up, but I guess not. I guess because they used to have it so that you had to actually like upgrade each ability multiple times throughout the leveling process. And it apparently did away with that at some point. Alright, let's go back to our speeder and see how close to the Jedi Temple we can get. I also noticed too, and this might just be me imagining things, but it seems like the characters talk faster now than they used to. Especially your character, but even like the masters there, it seemed like they were talking pretty fast. Part of me wonders if maybe BioWare at some point sped up all the conversations by a couple %, just very slightly to make them go faster. I don't know. Then again, if BioWare did that, they'd probably bug out half the game. So, I'm gonna guess it's just me imagining things. Alright, so we're gonna sneak down to that elevator down there. And I think we might have a ways to go to the Jedi Temple, but let me get down that elevator first, and then if it seems to be a while, I'll splice the video again. There's a guy who hasn't chosen his advanced class yet. Not that guy, that guy. Jedi Knight, level 19. I wonder if he's one of those people. Some people actually try to level without choosing an advanced class just for the lulz. But it's been done before. Apparently some guild actually took like it was a smugglers or I think it was a trooper or a bounty hunter, the equivalent of a trooper. Through the hardest fight in the game at the time, hard mode Revan. Just to prove they could, which is kind of interesting. That's just a side quest. Alright, so yeah, we have to make our way all the way through here. I remember this area. And then take that speeder point to the Jedi Temples. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and see you guys when I'm there. Alright, we are back. Time to put the Noetikons to use. We are here in the Jedi Temple, obviously, in the archive room. And let's see what they have to say about this shielding ritual. Hope you guys, well, on the way out I'll show you the temple itself, because this is a pretty cool level zone, but I just stealth through everything on my way in here.
This is it. The database where the ritual that can shield your master from the plague is kept.
A stellar work. 1 part computer, 1 part holocron. Truly ingenious.
It's best to just get on with it.
Masters, you know why we've gathered.
The Jedi Order is imperiled by an ancient plague, one that warps the minds of even the wisest of masters and turns them to the dark side.
This young Jedi has stepped forward in search of a way to help her ailing master and save the Jedi Order. But she cannot do it without our help.
Millennia ago, a powerful ritual was developed to shield the Jedi from the power of this ancient plague.
The ritual cut off the Plague Master from his victims, but it exacted a great price from the healer who wielded it. It is once again necessary for someone to use the ritual.
The ritual is a difficult one to learn, Jedi, and will take many hours of deep meditation and study.
Are you ready to learn it?
Alright. Do it.
I am ready, Master.
Then open your mind, and we will teach you.
Many hours later.
You seem to have mastered everything we have to show you, Jedi.
Such a bright, inquisitive mind. It has been an honor to teach you.
But remember, the shielding ritual will draw on your strength, and you can only regain what you've spent when the Plague Master's bond with his victims is broken.
I don't even know who the Plague Master is.
I'm afraid we can't help you with that. But ask questions, and you will find answers.
You now have the knowledge you need to save your master. Use it wisely and well, and may the Force be with you.
And who is this?
Reckless, foolish Jedi. So eager to find a cure for your master. You led us right to the prize. My master and I are most grateful.
Who is your master? What does he want?
If my master wanted you to know his name, he'd give it to you himself. Ah!
What was that?
There. No more terminal, no more ritual. No miracle healing this time.
Yeah, too late.
Except for mine, you mean? My healing.
What good will that do you? The technique kills those who wield it. How many could you have shielded before it killed you? 1? 2? Even if it was 100, ultimately you would collapse.
Seems like talk is wasted on you. So it's time to make this painful.
Excellent. Come. I will teach you to cut your enemies down with the sheer blade of rage.
Alright. Enough cinematics, time to really fight. And I'm gonna lift this guy for a couple seconds while I finish off his acolytes and build my procs. Now this here is actually a good scenario to use Mind Crush, because it'll do the damage at the end of the channel, which is when it breaks. Oh, and he interrupted me. That was a coincidence, but a really good one. Thank you, Kaizen, for interrupting him. I stun him to break his Ravage there. And buff up my Force Breach and my Force Potency. I could also use a knockback to interrupt his channels, but they don't seem to do too much damage. Alright, down he goes. Let's grab his loot and let Finn know the good news.
Finally, there you are. I've been kept apprised of your situation. The Council is very concerned about Yuan's health. We've been trying to contact you for hours. Did you find anything in the Jedi Temple?
Guess I had my holo transmitter on silent.
The Ancient Masters taught me a technique to shield Yuan.
So there is hope after all. Hurry back. Yuan is fading fast. Any delay could be costly.
Alright, so as promised, I will show you the Jedi Temple on the way out real quick. I do like this quest though. It's cool getting to see all those historical Jedi Masters again, or at least some aspect of them. Especially for lore buffs like me. On the whole though, this is a pretty small scale quest. You're just kind of saving one Jedi, but I guess if the technique could work on a Jedi Master, and this Plague Master went unstopped, he could use it on a great many Jedi to make them go crazy, or even turn them to the dark side. Yep, this is the ruined Jedi Temple. Cruiser hovering up there. There's a Datacron up there if you do the little jumping puzzle thing. Climb up that way, I guess. There's some way up, and then you go over. But I already have all the Datacrons, so not going to bother with that today. But yeah, this is the main hall, which is actually... Whoa, didn't see you there. Which is actually where the trailer takes place. The Deceived one, I'm pretty sure. Not good luck with those auto crits. Wow, really bad luck actually. There's one. Alright. So, okay, speak to Atros. Let's go ahead and quick travel back now that we've seen the temple. Back to the Senate Tower. Goodbye, Jedi Temple. Until I see you again. There's also a Sith Knight, I think, or Sith Master up there you have to fight to get that Datacrons, so if you're not high level, you might want to do it with a friend. Although, then again, companions are so good now that kind of disappointingly that the game isn't really that challenging anymore. Like, while I was leveling, I mean, it wasn't super difficult, but there were definitely certain, like, bonus bosses and things that you weren't meant to defeat on your own, but you could do, like heroics and all, if you were really good enough. I always enjoy trying to solo those. Just me and Kaizen. Now that'd be a cakewalk, I guess.
Oh, you're here! Quickly! We're barely detecting a pulse on Yuan.
As long as there is one.
If there was any time to test what you learned in the temple, it's now.
Be quiet and let me concentrate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Alright, let's see if it worked. Definitely drained me.
Padawan, no. No, I was making you a Jedi. What happened? I feel so much better. But why do you look so weak? What did you do?
You were raving during your illness. Any detail could help us.
The last thing I remember clearly is your ceremony on Tython. Oh, my student, I am sorry I wasn't a better master.
I wish you had told me about your condition sooner.
Yes, I see now the foolishness of hiding it. Now I am more myself.
You are you on par. Is no other you can be.
I could feel someone else in my mind, polluting my thoughts, twisting them.
Can you remember any specifics about this person?
I really wish I could give you more details, but my memory of that time is hazy at best.
Pardon me. The Council wishes to speak with you when you're ready.
Do you know what they want?
They only said it was important.
I'll be all right for now. Go to the Council. We can speak later.
Alright, so... Am I going to Tython? Apparently not. I guess Master Bakarn is here personally, maybe? Or... It could just be a holo terminal in a different room, I guess. Let us see. Guess we're going upstairs again. This is weird. We've been like downstairs, upstairs, downstairs. Been all over this place. Quests there. I do actually, a lot of these side quests were pretty cool. I remember them all these years later. Although I might have done them more than once on different tunes, but there's a really cool one where you work for the Gree, who actually become important later on in the like the operation storylines. But that was a fun quest. There's one where you help that senator do something semi-unscrupulous, I think. But yeah, if you're playing the game the first time, I definitely recommend don't rush it. Take your time, enjoy the story, do as many side quests as you have the urge to do, and don't move on to the next planet until you really feel like you've seen enough of the current planet. That's the wrong phase. Because there's lots to do at 65, but I mean, you know, you're going to get to 65 soon enough anyway. You might as well just enjoy the leveling experience while you can. It's not like the end game is going anywhere. Looks like some of them are here.
Thank you for contacting us so quickly. We're sorry to have to pull you away from Yuan.
We wouldn't have called you here if it wasn't urgent. First, tell us what you've learned about Yuan's illness.
I've shielded Yuan from its effects, but the only cure is to stop the person who's controlling it. Here's what we know.
Interesting. And worrying. We've started to receive disturbing communications from other masters. We fear Yuan's illness is not an isolated case.
The illness was created by Tarek Morridge, but a different Sith is using it now. I don't know his name, but I fought his apprentice in the temple.
Yes. It's imperative that we find this Sith before the illness spreads further.
Hunting one who struck Yuan down is a noble goal, Herald.
Unfortunately, we have no leads. We can only hope that tracking down and shielding the victims will help lead us to this Sith.
I sense you have a new task for me.
The small number of victims suggests that this Sith needs some sort of contact with his victims to control them. I hesitate to ask any more sacrifice of you. You've already done so much. But with the terminal in the temple destroyed, you are the only one capable of shielding the afflicted masters and stopping this Sith.
Well, that's
whoever
right.
He is.
I'm starting to remember the storyline now. I think we have to go to other planets now and cure or defeat other infected masters.
I will do whatever I can.
You'll need to be able to move freely around the galaxy. To that end, we've prepared a ship for you in the spaceport.
Yay, a starship.
This is the best news I've heard in a long time.
You have more than earned it. The missing masters were last heard from on Terrace and Nar Shaddaa. Find them, and break the Plague Master's hold on them.
Say your goodbyes to Yuan. But time is of the essence. Good luck.
Alright, so let's head back to Yuan again. It might be faster to quick travel downstairs. Kind of lazy, but that's what we're gonna do. I've been known to quick travel from one side of the fleet to the other at times, so anything to speed things up. Besides, it's not laziness, it's efficiency, right? Alright, let's go talk to Yuan. My family is also the type that will text each other even when we're in the same house. We just go downstairs or upstairs. Alright. Bye, Yuan. Alright, we're done, right? No, not it? Alright.
Ah, it's good to see you through my own eyes once more. What did the Council have to say?
Is that a Darth Vader reference?
Other masters have fallen ill. The Council has asked me to save them.
I see. But there is still someone we must find. The person behind this. Whoever was in my mind.
That's the goal.
Stop him, so that I don't have to be shielded anymore. So your strength can be restored.
Trust Yuan. We'll be well.
Remember, let your instincts guide you. Keep to the Jedi Code, and may the Force be with you.
Level 18. Yay. And we have a codex entry on our new ship. Use your ship's holo terminal. Alright, so let's, we have a new ability, Mind Snap. Alright, that's it for now. So Mind Snap is our interrupt. For the Shadow, it's on an 18-second cooldown, which is kind of long, but you can reduce it if you take this utility here. Speaking of which, we have our first utility point. So a couple good choices. I can go over them quickly, I guess. This reduces some of our cooldowns. This reduces the cooldown on Force Stun and allows Force Lift to affect multiple targets. Reduces damage we take while stunned, makes us move faster. This reduces the movement speed of people we attack. This gives a root effect to our knockback. This increases our armor rating, and this increases the damage done by Whirling Blow, our AoE. Let's take the speed one. It also increases our effective stealth level too, so we'll be harder to detect and we can move around faster, which is always nice. I'm pretty sure that affects both in combat and out of combat. I think. So yeah, let's go with that. But anyway, interrupt is exactly what it sounds like. You can interrupt an enemy's channeled or casted ability. So let's quick travel back to the spaceport, which I guess is the Senate Plaza. That will be the closest one to there. And we'll find our new ship, and then we'll end the episode once we get there. Sounds like Terrace will be our next destination. Alright, so this is where we came into the planet, if you remember. Except we took a shuttle here from the fleet. But as far as most of traveling around the galaxy goes, you'll want to use your own personal starship. And that's accessed through one of these 4 hangars here, depending on what class you play. As a Jedi Consular, ours is the one that the arrow is pointing to over here. Defender class Corvette, which is kind of based on the Jedi ship from episode 1, actually. And a little bit from Princess Leia's ship too, I think, in episode 4. Tantive 5, I think it was called. Not sure what Qui-Gon's ship was called. Cutscene time. There she is. Use a new paint job, but other than that, I like it. I think there would normally be epic music playing now, but I have to have the sound off in the game, otherwise random videos get muted for copyright infringement, of all things. So only way to deal with that for sure is to turn off the in-game music, so sorry about that, but yeah, blame Sony for that, not me. Alright, so let's go inside and use our holo terminal, talk to the Jedi Masters. Once we take off at least. And get a little more info about our next missions. So TL mentioned we'll be going to Taris and Nar Shaddaa next. And for those of you who played or watched the first Knights of the Republic games, you'll recognize both those planets. Taris is in the first game and Nar Shaddaa is in the second. And both are also in a number of other extended universe materials, especially Nar Shaddaa. That's kind of a big EU planet. Or moon, technically.
My new master at last! I am C2N2, steward of this vessel. It is my extreme good fortune to serve you.
Hi, C2N2.
Fetch a vibromop, droid. I want this ship to sparkle.
Vibromop.
Of course, master. Custodial duties are only one of many vital functions I possess. C2 series droids represent the latest advances in everything from starship technical maintenance to nutritional advice tailored for your specific organic needs.
Joy.
Welcome aboard this Corellian Defender-class light corvette. It was custom-built to offer a Jedi both first-rate combat performance and meditation amenities. Along with the usual accommodations, you'll find a secure captain's locker for storing valuables. Your bridge contains an ever-updating map of the galaxy. It's quite beautiful to look at. Priority alerts from the Republic Network are accessible at the HoloNet console. Long-range communications are available via the Holo Terminal. And finally, the ship's intercom will inform your crew that you wish to meet. Do you have any questions, Master?
So there actually is a decent amount to do on the ship, or that the ship can do.
Prep the ship for flight. We're leaving shortly.
The ship is fueled and ready, Master. There are just a few final points we should review first.
Great.
As you can see, I am not equipped for physical danger. My function is to maintain the starship as your home away from home. I am happy to assist you with any non-hazardous task, of course. I pride myself on the utmost attention to detail.
See, when the game launched, I believe originally you couldn't use him in combat at all, like in the beta, and people complained. So when the game launched, they allowed you to use him. However, because he can't equip a main-hand weapon or an offhand weapon, he was pretty weak as far as combat went. But I think now that they made the companions not based on stats, that he's probably just as good as any other companion. Let's try to get him to leave. I don't think he can, but I want to see what he says.
If you want to live, you'd best keep moving.
On the contrary, Master, this ship is quite sturdy. I have also discovered several excellent hiding spots in the event of a hostile boarding. Whenever you are ready to depart, consult the galaxy map on the bridge. The ship's computers will handle the rest.
Alright, so that's C2N2, your second companion, and you get him no matter which Republic class you are. You also get a ship droid if you're Imperials. So yeah, a little Dejaric board just for show. These are both also actually a lot of these things are decorations for your stronghold. I unlocked the Warzone training dummy and operations dummy. You can do those under your legacy, which is the shield icon there. And those just allow you to practice your rotation. There's a storage locker here that you can put stuff in. These are character based. You can buy additional bays. Also for either cartel coins or credits. And then I think you can use cartel coins. I know you can definitely use credits. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can use cartel coins. There's also legacy storage bays, which your whole legacy of characters can use, but those are only in your strongholds if you buy one of them. The Coruscant one is the cheapest, and you can buy those in the stronghold section of the fleet. I definitely recommend it because it's fun to own your own SWTOR house/apartment. And if you're part of a guild, there's also guild banks that can be shared by every character in a guild. You can buy a little droid down here who you can sell stuff to, and he sells a couple items that you can use on your training dummies upstairs. And once you collect companions, they'll be hanging out around the ship in various areas. See, there's Kaizen. And just like at the cantinas, if you want to talk to your companions, the ship is a good place to do it. This is like a medical room or something down here. And last but not least, we'll head to the cockpit. Oh, we do have to talk to that terminal back there to call the council. This is kind of the meeting room on board the ship, since you are like a diplomat. Or you can meet your crew or anybody else who happens to be on the ship. This is the airlock, I guess. And there's your sleeping quarters over here. And where the ship is flown, this is what you use to select your destination if you want to travel to the fleet or to a different planet. And I think all the planets are going to be unlocked by default, yeah. So, but they do have suggested level ranges. So for example, if I wanted to go to Oricon, level 55. So I think I could go there, but I'd probably get slaughtered in a couple steps. We're not going to do that. But yeah, there's lots of planets and outposts and stations and all kinds of fun stuff. You can also pick up Pve Space Missions from this terminal here. We're not going to really mess with those, and this is just a chair I guess you can sit in. Yay. Alright, anyway, before we head to our next destination, let's find out where we're going, shall we?
Your vessel's food processor to reduce the crew's caloric intake. Some of them were growing a bit thick.
Some of them, like there's only 3 of us on board, and me and you are talking, so he's pretty much calling Kaizen fat.
Calling Coruscant Spaceport Authority. Am I clear to depart?
We've cleared the board for you, Master Jedi. Good flying.
Thank you kindly. Alright, so that's it. We have another XP boost and some more experience. Not quite level 19 yet. Got some influence with Kaizen from that mission. Alright, so now we have our 2 next quests. Travel to Terrace, which is a level 18 quest, so that's what we should be doing. And travel to Nar Shaddaa, which is level 21, so we'll do that one afterwards. So that's going to be it for episode 5. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.